Stop scrolling for 5 seconds. Trump's 25% auto import tariffs just turned the 2026 car you wanted into a $15,000 trap. Same model, same trim, but your monthly payment jumps $250 and your insurance bill climbs with it. Most buyers won't see it coming until they're signing the papers. Today, I'm giving you the exact 13 cars to avoid and the smarter moves that actually protect your wallet. I've been wrenching on cars and helping buyers for over 20 years, and I've never seen supply chain chaos hit this hard. Automakers are scrambling, production lines are freezing, and every single cost is landing straight on you. Stick with me through these 13 traps, and I'll show you which vehicles still make sense in 2026. Let's get into it. Number 13. Dodge Hornet. Did you know that Dodge has officially pulled the plug on 2026 Hornet production? This isn't a supply chain delay or a strategic pause. For this model, it's a death sentence. Because the Hornet is manufactured in Italy and shipped across the Atlantic, it hits the 25% tariff wall at full speed. Dodge crunched the numbers and realized they simply cannot sell an Italian-built crossover when the tariff adds a staggering $8,000 to $10,000 to the MSRP. If you've been holding out for a 2026 model, my professional advice is to stop. It isn't coming. But here is the real danger for current owners. When production stops, the orphan car effect kicks in. Sure, used prices might spike temporarily due to scarcity, but long-term parts availability is going to become a nightmare. Imagine waiting 6 weeks for a simple sensor because the factory in Italy is no longer churning out US spec components. You're left holding the keys to a vehicle that is increasingly expensive to keep on the road. The Hornet is the first clear example of how trade policy doesn't just raise prices, it deletes entire car lines from existence. Number 12. Subaru Forester. Coming in at number 12, we're seeing price creep turn into a sprint. Subaru is already adjusting Forester stickers, citing market pressures that are really just a polite way of saying tariff anxiety. Now, Japan secured some reduced rates in recent negotiations, but reduced doesn't mean zero. Subaru isn't even waiting for the 2026 model year. They're baking these costs into current inventory right now. Have you looked at a Forester lately? Some trims are already up to $2,000. Most shoppers just shrug it off as standard inflation, but that is a dangerous assumption. As we move into 2026, those premium features, the eyesight tech, the upgraded infotainment, all rely on imported components that face mounting tariff pressure. For you, that means the Forester you could comfortably afford 6 months ago is suddenly out of reach. Are you willing to pay more for the exact same reliability?
Number 11. Honda Civic. Landing at number 11 is the Honda Civic. Many buyers assume that US built means tariff-proof, but that is a dangerous misconception. Domestic assembly in Ohio is just the final handshake in a massive global supply chain. Many Civic variants are still imported from Japan or Canada, but even the ones built stateside rely on thousands of internationally sourced components. Once these 25% tariffs fully bake into the numbers, we're looking at a potential MSRP jump of $7,000. On a car that is supposed to be the gold standard for affordable, reliable transportation, that is a catastrophe. Think about your long-term maintenance, too. When a specialized sensor or a replacement alternator has to cross a border, that $150 part suddenly becomes a $200 part. Your $800 major service just climbed to $1,000. For a car designed to save you money, the math simply doesn't add up anymore. Number 10. Jeep Compass. At number 10, the Jeep Compass is literally standing in the crosshairs. Most people don't realize the Compass is imported directly from Mexico, making it a primary target for the 25% tariff. We're talking about an additional $7,000 to $8,000 added to the sticker price of a vehicle that is already struggling to stay relevant in its class. Jeep relies heavily on brand loyalty, but even the most die-hard Jeep fans have a breaking point. When a competitor offers a better-equipped vehicle for $8,000 less, Heritage doesn't pay the monthly bill. Beyond the purchase price, ownership costs are compounding. every imported brake rotor and transmission component is getting hit with that same tariff pressure. Smart shoppers are already jumping ship to brands with less exposure. Is the Jeep life worth an $8,000 premium for a budget crossover? I don't think so. Number 9. Hyundai Palisade. Holding number 9 is the family favorite, the Hyundai Palisade. Currently, a 2025 Palisade starts around $37,200. While South Korea negotiated some tariff relief, the Palisade is still staring down a projected $4,000 to $5,000 price hike for 2026. Suddenly, your mainstream family hauler is a $42,000 vehicle before you even add options. At that price point, you're no longer comparing it to a Pilot or a Highlander. You're cross-shopping luxury brands like Acura or Lexus. Families are budget-conscious by nature, and a $5,000 premium kills the Palisade's entire value proposition. And don't forget the hidden costs. When your alternator or fuel pump fails out of warranty, you'll be paying tariff prices for the replacements. Over 5 years of ownership, those inflated parts costs can add thousands to your total expenses. The premium for less era of the Palisade is officially over. Number 8. Mazda CX-5. The CX-5 battles its own brother at number 8. This is a fascinating case of geographical luck. The CX-5 is built in Japan and Mexico, meaning it faces a projected $5,000 tariff hit. Meanwhile, its brother, the CX-50, has been built in Alabama since 2022, giving it zero tariff exposure. For years, the CX-5 has been the darling of the Mazda lineup because of its refined interior and driving dynamics. But would you still choose the CX-5 if it cost $5,000 more than a nearly identical CX-50 sitting right next to it on the lot? This is the clearest example yet of how trade policy rewards domestic manufacturing. Mazda dealers are going to be stuck with CX-5 units that nobody wants at inflated prices, while the American-made CX-50 flies off the lot. It's a harsh lesson. In 2026, where your car was born matters more than the name on the trunk. Number 7. Chevrolet Equinox. At number 7, we see how cost-cutting can backfire spectacularly. Chevy loves to wrap its marketing in the American flag, but the Equinox is built in Mexico. That means it is 100% exposed to that 25% tariff. We're looking at a potential $7,000 jump on a vehicle that only exists to be an affordable alternative in the compact SUV space. GM's decision to move production south made sense 10 years ago, but today it's a massive liability. They can't just flip a switch and move production back to the US. That takes years and billions of dollars. In the meantime, you, the buyer, are expected to pay the $7,000 Mexico tax. Dealers are already bracing for a sales collapse. Why would you pay $8,000 extra for the same Chevy when that money could buy a much higher trim level on a domestic-built competitor? The logo on the grille doesn't matter if the geography of the factory destroys your bank account. Number 6. Kia Sorento Hybrid. Number 6 is a trap for the green buyers. The Kia Sorento is a unique case. Kia builds the gas versions in Georgia, so the impact there is minimal, maybe $1,000 or $2,000. But if you want the Sorento Hybrid to save on gas, you're walking into a $5,000 to $6,000 disaster. Here's why. The hybrid powertrains, the batteries, the electric motors, the complex electronics, all come from South Korea. Kia's Georgia plant isn't equipped to build those high-tech components yet. That means the most expensive parts of your American-assembled hybrid are getting hammered by 25% import duties. The math is brutal. Any money you save on fuel over the next 5 years will be completely wiped out by the upfront tariff premium. It's a sad irony. The car meant to save you money at the pump is now one of the most expensive to put in your driveway. Number 5. Toyota RAV4. Number 5 is the dethroned king, the Toyota RAV4. Since 2016, this has been the undisputed heavyweight champion of the SUV world, but 2025 and 2026 have flipped the script. While some RAV4s are built in Kentucky and Canada, a massive chunk of the inventory, especially the high-demand hybrids, still ships from Japan. Even with Japan's trade deals, the RAV4 is seeing price hikes of $3,000 to $4,000. Meanwhile, its arch rival, the Honda CR-V, is built primarily in Indiana and Ohio. Honda's domestic manufacturing strategy from a decade ago has suddenly become their ultimate weapon. The price gap between these two has widened so much that buyers are switching in droves. The choice is now, do you pay a Toyota tax for an import, or do you save thousands on a domestic Honda? For the first time in a decade, the King has lost its crown to a trade policy it couldn't outrun. Number 4. Volkswagen ID.4. At number 4, we have the Volkswagen ID.4, and if you're an EV shopper, this is a nightmare scenario. Depending on the trim, tariffs are adding anywhere from $5,000 to $15,000 to the price tag. The ID.4 is sourced from Germany and Mexico, two major tariff targets. VW has already started hiking prices, but the worst is yet to come. This matters because EVs are already expensive. When you add a $15,000 import fee, the dream of affordable electric driving vanishes. And don't forget insurance. As vehicle values rise due to tariffs, your premiums are projected to jump 6 to 9%. Higher loan payments, higher insurance, and higher repair costs for imported battery modules. The ID.4 was supposed to be the people's EV, but now it's only for people with very deep pockets. Number 3. Toyota Tacoma. Kicking off our top 3 is a vehicle that defines its segment, the Toyota Tacoma. But here's the shocker. The Tacoma faces an estimated $10,000 to $12,000 price increase because it is assembled in Mexico. That isn't a trim upgrade, it's pure tariff destruction. If you already own a 2023 or 2024 Tacoma, you might be smiling right now because your resale value is about to explode. When a new base model truck costs $60,000, your used one suddenly looks like a steal. But don't celebrate too long. Every suspension component, every brake rotor, and every specialized TRD part for your truck is about to get much more expensive as suppliers pass their tariff costs down to you. The Tacoma used to be the value play in the truck world, but $60,000 for a mid-size truck is a financial black hole. Number 2. GMC Sierra 1500. At number 2, the GMC Sierra 1500 reaches catastrophic levels. This is the most expensive tariff disaster on our list. Certain Sierra variants are looking at a $15,000 plus price explosion. While some are US built, many trims rely on heavy cross-border assembly and international component sourcing. Adding $15,000 to a truck that already costs $60,000 pushes it into the stratosphere. We're talking about luxury car prices for a work truck. I had a customer last month who rushed to buy a 2025 Denali because his dealer warned him that 2026 pricing would be unrecognizable. He saved himself a fortune. When tariffs hit this hard, production slows, dealers can't move inventory, and the entire truck segment begins to collapse under its own weight. If you're waiting for a 2026 Sierra, you're waiting for a financial disaster. Finally, at number 1, the Cybertruck faces a hidden tariff trap. You might think, wait, it's built in Texas with American steel. And you're right, but modern manufacturing is a shell game. By weight, it's American. By value, over 80% of it is imported. The high-tech batteries, the semiconductors, the control modules, the brains and heart of the truck all come from overseas. Tariffs don't care about the weight of the steel, they care about the value of the components. If a $15,000 battery pack gets hit with a 25% tariff, that's $3,750 added instantly. Now factor in all the other electronics. Long term, it gets even worse. A battery replacement that used to cost $20,000 could now cost $25,000 to $31,000. The Cybertruck might look like it's from the future, but its pricing is being dragged down by the same old-world trade wars as everyone else. You've seen the damage, from canceled production to $15,000 price explosions, but knowing what to avoid is only half the battle. Which brands are actually positioned to win in 2026? In my next video, I'm ranking every car brand from worst to best based on real-world reliability and tariff-proof value. You cannot afford to make your next purchase without seeing that list first.